I drink too much. The last time I gave a urine sample, it had an olive in it. Ladies, gentlemen, and variations thereupon, this is modern escapism. Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Oodles and I have an hangover. I am the hangover. And hangover.
I am the hangover.
Joining me today, she puts the cock in cocktail, is Candy.
Hello. And the cocktail sausage.
He puts the mouth in vermouth, it's Stig.
Hello.
And he puts the shh in Shandy, it's Gadget.
Arit.
And Biggie will not be joining us this evening as he saved up all his annual leave tokens for an extended break. Believe me, listeners, you'll know when he's back. But I am so fucking hungover.
So, Oodles, how are you doing?
Fucked. Fucked.
Pathetic. Listeners, you need to go into the YouTube version and watch this because Oodles does actually look dead. Like, he's normally got a look of death about him anyway. But look at the eyes are sunken in and...
It's the eyes, isn't it?
I can't stop squinting.
I feel like I can feel it. I can feel it myself.
It's almost like existence pains him. It's fucking beautiful.
It fucking hurts, mate. It hurts. It absolutely. We'll go more into my exploits.
Drink
later.
more, like, in between stuff. Drink normal drinks. Just do that. Then you have a merry time.
What do you mean normal drinks?
Order a pint and a glass of water.
Or a lemonade or a Coke. Just top you up.
That's an
Keep you
option.
refreshed.
Yes?
That's what I did yesterday. I woke up at 7:30 and I was fine.
I woke up
And
in
I'm
the
fine
bath. I woke up in the bath.
Been cleaning windows. I've been
Who's birth?
When he's
My
cleaning
bath.
windows.
yeah. Cleaning windows, been on a bike ride. It's great.
I woke up in the bath with my leather jacket on the floor, my leather trousers on the floor, my t-shirt on, or my shirt on, my underpants off, and the tap
So
half running.
just like your uni days.
But the tap half running, but it's just going straight into the... Because there wasn't...
The
a
drain,
plug in
yeah.
it. Yeah, just going straight in. So, great night. I managed to get home, though.
Both shoes?
Yeah. Boots. Shoes. When you're stomping about in leather, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they ain't coming off, are they?
Coming off.
It's impressive to get the trousers off before the boots.
I know. It's been done. Yeah. More on that in the green room, I reckon, if I'm there.
You're there.
Let me get back into this. It's time for Biggie's breaking news. I fucking can't.
The worst segue ever.
You may already know, but he doesn't, because it's time for Biggie's Breaking News.
So first up, gaming. Sony is shutting down Firewalk Studios, the maker of the recent shooter Concord. In a devastating PS Studios update, bigwig Herman Hulst has confirmed that following a period of consultation, PS5 and PC gigaflop, they've called it on this article, Concord, will never be returning, and developer Firewalk Studios has been closed, according to Bloomberg's Jason Schreier. Around 172 people will lose their jobs. Another one. And although Sony does say it's trying to find placements for some of those impacted within the global community and studios where possible. So that's my free-to-play by November.
Yeah.
Prediction.
Never to play.
That's the prediction gone.
The most
Prediction gone.
The most shocking thing to me, are you trying to tell me there's people that are still called Herman in this world?
Yeah, usually Germans and Dutch people.
Yeah.
Herman the German.
Herman Lee from Dragon Force.
To be fair,
He's not Dutch or German.
If he's a bigwig, he's probably a boomer, so it's probably from a generation of where Hermans were. Oh no, he's not that old actually. He's 53. So yeah,
Family name.
Still, he's Dutch and he's so yeah. There you go. Anyway, the real story here is, Concord. They aren't even going to put it out free to play, which is surprising. Because
That is surprising.
I know that it's become an absolute shit show, but to spend all that money on it and at least not try and, even if it was just keeping a handful of people around for updates and issues and server whatever problems, to not even
Probably
try.
the price of the server, isn't
Yeah,
it?
to not even try and put it on free to play and see what could be done just seems
They could put it on free to play.
crazy.
It possibly wouldn't even have needed server stuff. They could have made it peer to peer, like the old Battlefields and Call of Duties were.
Did it come out on disc?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd hold on to that if you've got it sealed.
Yeah, collector's item.
Hold the fuck onto that.
The biggest flop in gaming history.
Someone sold a sealed Battleborn, didn't they, over a week?
Yeah.
That gave them a fortune. It was sealed.
Yeah, because it'll go to some random collector who wants to
Yeah,
have
I think
everything.
delisted collector.
Yeah.
Hang on, actually, let's look on CEX and see what
If I
it's
Let's
going
see if they're
for.
still selling it.
Yeah,
I'd
Oh,
get
just-
them now, mate.
let's look what CEX are selling this for, if they still are.
probably
Concord.
not.
I don't know if CEX will sell anything.
It's still mad that the game was out for a whole grand total of 2 weeks.
It was best 2 weeks of my life.
No, it's not on there. They're actually not selling it.
So if you
Even
do have
they
one,
are-
keep hold of it and make sure it's sealed. That motherfucker will be worth money.
I'm sure someone's probably selling it on eBay.
Yeah.
Lots of lots of British Airways notepads. Yep, Concord PS5 Rare, brand new, sealed, $24.89. Buy it now.
There you go.
That's going to double every year.
Yeah,
I
next
mean,
10
what
years.
collection? It's like, is it just for those people who like to just have every game?
It's
just
like-
on the shelf.
I know people that collect curios, don't they? And like, imagine years ago thinking, you know what, I'm going to start collecting delisting games. That'll be a beauty, that one, as a record breaker.
So someone selling the Concord DualSense, which, to be fair, was only released in America. It wasn't released over here. £370. Buy
There
it
we
now.
go.
They've got it up for.
Oof.
There we go.
Yeah.
If I find one in a charity shop, I'm happy with it.
People just selling the slipcase from inside the game as well.
That's what I'm saying. It's
So-
weird.
So just before we move on, like Holst says here, certain aspects of Concord were exceptional, but others did not land with enough players, and as a result, we took the game offline. Fine, we knew that. We have spent considerable time this past few months exploring our options. As much thought, we have determined that the best path forward is to permanently sunset the game and close the studio. I still find that utterly bizarre.
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. 170 odd jobs gone because, to be fair, Sony fucked up the messaging. I showed Pip the trailer, like that opening trailer that was shown at Summer Games Fest, and I asked her at the end of it, "What kind of game do you think this is?" And she says, "Well, it looks like an adventure game." Like, yep, nope. Like, if they just made a Guardians of the Galaxy style game, it would have been great.
Yep.
Would have been well, because rewatching the trailer, knowing what the game was and then how it's ended, there's so much characterization there, and there's so much good writing and animation and stuff. Like, a lot of money spent on that trailer. Just like, that's kind of what people wanted, not a live service shooter.
I think it's just a nothing new, really, has it? Like, if it come out 10 years ago, it would have been phenomenal, I bet. But just
If it
it's
came out
just
before
too much.
Overwatch.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing that's annoying as well. Like, you've obviously got a certain subset of the internet, just like, all the characters looked woke and they looked this and everything. And I'm thinking, and then I look at the Overwatch characters, I'm like,
They're
all
woke as fuck.
They look just the same as the Overwatch characters. They're all different shapes, different sizes, different colours. Like there's aliens
there
in
better
there,
not
there's
be a
robots in
lesbian on
there.
that Overwatch team. There better not be.
Lesbian, there's 3.
What?
Yeah,
I know, that was
that
the
just
joke.
seems obviously like it's just a buzzword for why when something fails. But it's the reason it failed is clear because it was £40 in a fucking sea of games that
Free to
people-
play.
free to play, and it
I,
was only
I just want a woke free game, me. That's all I'm after.
Well, you could
well,
go on that woke
you-
list. There's plenty of them.
Is there?
You won't find one, yeah, unfortunately. That woke list has Farming Simulator down as woke because you can't pick a gender.
And apparently Gary's mod is woke because you can't play as a Nazi.
Well, I agree.
I'm not kidding. That's what it actually says.
Not very equal rights, that is it?
That
All
list is
lives matter,
ridiculous.
even
Fucking
Nazi
Gary's
lives.
mod.
Even Nazi lives. Fucking
Anyway,
joke. Woke a rat.
Let's move on.
Next.
EA says The Sims 4 added 15 million players in 2024. Madden, NFL, and college football to cross the $1 billion in sales by next spring. Sims 4 has added more than 15 million players over the past year. EA reported Tuesday that its labeled quarterly earnings report, just ahead of the Life Simulations game release of its new Life and Death expansion pack. There's a whole lot of bum fear about quarterly earnings and money and everything, but yeah, like The Sims, I know it still existed, but yeah, it still makes a shitload of money by the looks of it.
Oh, it's fucking...
I wonder why it's like that. I wonder why that many players have suddenly started though. Is it come to phones or
streamers,
something?
maybe.
Is it free? Is it free?
Yeah.
No?
No.
It's not free to play or anything like that.
And you have to buy, and they're constantly putting out expansions and new content for it.
Well, they did that with
The
original
people,
one, didn't
people
they?
love it.
It's got a pretty...
People love Sims, but it's like, why you would think the people that were going to play the Sim, like the mega fans, would already have it rather than all these new players.
Look, I've been playing
Yeah.
Sims for 36 years now. And it's not very good.
I loved it when it first came out because it was somewhat different
I
and
meant
new,
this
wasn't it?
real life is Sims, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean,
Horrible.
people are still absolutely loving it. I mean, Sims 4... I mean, bear in mind, Sims 4, most players are probably playing it on EA Play rather than on Steam. But on Steam, there's currently 42,000 players on it, and it's got an all-time peak of 96,000. So it's like, it's one of those games where when people, it's probably the only game some people play because it is a life sim and it's a cozy game and you know there's social aspects to it and stuff like that. But yeah,
it's free on mobile as well.
Yeah,
Big
so
one, innit? It's a big thing.
Is it on Game Pass and stuff like that as well?
Probably.
Yeah, it is.
might
Yeah,
be.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass. Yeah.
So that'll help them as well.
Yeah.
There's a film coming out as well, isn't there, with Margot Robbie? So that'll
What do you mean?
increase sales.
Yeah.
We've covered it.
Have we?
Be
Yeah.
someone playing the game and it goes into the game and it's Margot Robbie. You
That'd
think?
be nice.
I hope they do the Sims songs.
You better do the Sims language.
I hope the whole thing's in Sim.
Oh, it's Simlish, yeah, and it's subtitled. That'd
Subtitled.
be amazing.
Now that's cinema.
I mean, it worked for... she did good things with Barbie, so yeah, let her cook.
I want a scene where she's swimming and all of a sudden the ladder just disappears.
Or she walks into someone's house and it's just like the living room's just full of wicker baskets and a fireplace.
Every time they make a barbecue, it sets on fire. Every single time.
Yeah.
There's no way around it. That's cool. Yeah.
She goes
Yeah,
in the
apparently
shower and
it's-
everything just gets blurred.
Oh,
With that-
no.
Yeah, with that and obviously the football games, because the Americans love their college football and Madden games, they are earning quite a fair bit.
The new
You know
Madden's
what?
supposed to be one at best in ages.
You know what? Pints on EA, then they can afford it.
Good for them.
Come on,
Yeah.
Johnny EA, buy a pint.
And yet,
yeah.
next week we'll probably hear of job losses from
Probably.
EA.
Yeah, probably. Next.
You like this one because only Ubisoft could do this.
Here we go.
Ubisoft launches its first ever blockchain game with NFTs costing up to £50,000.
Fuck
Can't do it with NFTs.
I was going to say, is that still a
I
thing?
thought they were cancelled. NFTs
Ubisoft
got
has
stopped.
released its first ever blockchain game, the tactical NFT battler Champions Tactics, Grimoria Chronicles. The company announced the game last June after years of dabbling in the blockchain, but has now quietly launched it. The game is on PC, free to start, though players can purchase figurines which to battle with using either in-game gold or cryptocurrency. These figurines are NFTs and can be bought on the game's marketplace from anywhere between $7 to $64,000, which is almost £50,000. It appears to be possible to play the game without purchasing figurines. Those, though willing to pay the extortionate prices, will surely have more success in battles.
Oh, Crypto Kenny's coming back.
I'm thinking.
It's turn-based. Battles themselves are turn-based affairs against
As
other
the
players.
only member of this
with
podcast
squads
that
of
actually
3
owned an
figurines.
NFT for a small amount of time that I sold immediately for about 29 pence, something like that.
So just looking on the marketplace, there is a grand total of 2,557 champions, so characters that are NFTs. The top one is the Swift Zealot. who you can buy for a grand total of $56,666.
Stig's a Swift zealot.
There's a lot of Swift zealots out there.
Whereas conversely, the cheapest one you can buy is the Frenzied Henchman for $6.
That is me.
The
Maybe
thing
he's
is,
coming back next year, Candy. Maybe Crypto Kenny's coming back, baby.
Shit, son.
the thing is, all these characters, because they're designed, I guess they're supposed to look like little tabletop miniatures. They just look like the Hero Forge ones I had made for you guys for Scorched Sheep. That's all they look like.
I need to stock up on G Fuel and start doing it again.
The thing is, as well, with the because they're NFTs, they're effectively copies of each other. So, like that Swift Zealot one, that $56,000 one, there is also a Misty Zealot, which has exactly the same character pose, just a slightly different color, for $6.
Nice.
So it's a fucking scam. I fucking hate NFTs.
Oh, yeah.
Such a...
Do you know what? This will make you laugh as well from the article. Back in December 2021, Ubisoft launched its own NFT platform called Quartz, with Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint as the first game to offer a beta trial. It did not fare well, appearing to have initially only sold 15 NFTs.
Yeah,
Still, Ubisoft NFT bosses stated in an interview afterwards that players just don't get it. So it's the players' fault. It's the players' fault.
Am I wrong, or are the children? Am I out of touch, or are the children wrong? It's the children that are wrong.
Yeah. You just don't get it. Why aren't you all buying NFTs and making us richer over
Just do it,
things
guys. Support these lovely conglomerates. Can't even say it. Support them. Support them. They've got no money.
Do you remember when there was that NFT con and people ended up with sunburn because of the screen that they were watching?
Not just sunburn, retina burn. The burn.
What was them fucking
Jesus.
cats they all had and stuff like that, didn't they?
Well, there was the bored ape.
Apes,
yeah,
not
the
cats.
monkeys.
Apes.
Yeah, the apes.
Yeah,
There was a
they were all
cat
smoking
one,
spliffs, weren't they?
Yeah. Oh,
Wonder if someone sat on one now.
Honestly, when Twitter was fun, that was when they first came out. And everyone was like, "I've got an NFT, like this is mine," and people would just save it,
Save
post
it
it underneath,
too.
and go, "I've got the same one."
And you couldn't take them to court for copying and pasting it, could you? Didn't mean anything.
I don't understand. I own the code. Yeah, it's a picture. It's a fucking picture on the
It's a
internet.
JPEG, mate.
Yeah.
I'm reading the FAQ on Champions Tactics Grimoria Chronicles, which is a shit name anyway. What are champions? Champions are digital collectible characters that players use in the game. Each champion has unique traits and abilities, allowing players to craft powerful teams and strategies. Champions are NFTs, meaning players have true ownership of their characters and can trade or sell them in the marketplace. Fuck off.
This is a great time and segue to announce the Modern Escapism NFT range that we are launching this Christmas, starting with the Candy on Candyland NFT, where she sat there on a bench, spread legs, and then there's
And boobs.
and there's the
My boobs are spread too.
the Gadget on the toilet NFT coming soon, and the Stig eating crisps, and the me dead in Leeds train station.
So the cryptocurrency they got for this is called Oasis, spelled OASYS.
I hate
Of course
that.
it is. Of
I
course
hate
it is.
that. I hate that.
I'm surprised they didn't throw a Z in there somewhere.
Oasis.
They also have the Oasis Homeverse, which apparently is a Web3 gaming platform on the Oasis blockchain built as a Layer 2 network, which is bullshit, but I had a look at Homeverse. And yeah, it looks like there are a load of NFT games coming up that are powered by this, including Sheep Farm in Metaland, Brave Frontier Heroes, which looks a little bit like Dragon Ball, Defender the Kingdom. Mm-hmm. That's the actual title, Defender the Kingdom. Mm-hmm. Aiken Home Monsters, Nine Lives Arena. They all look the fucking same. They're either cutesy anime games or like grimdark wannabe Warcraft things. Oh, this is fucking dreadful. This is hilarious.
I kind of hope this is the way that gaming's going. Fuck it. Bit of chaos. Let's do it. Let's destroy the industry. Fuck it. Fuck it.
People seriously can't believe like
This is the
NFTs
future.
are a thing now,
What
surely.
the fuck? Stupid.
The thing is, NFTs have been dead for about a year and a half now. Like they were pretty dead when they first
They've
came
come
out.
and gone in the cycle of our podcast.
Yeah, and Ubisoft, because they're wanting to make games out of this and to like scam people out of NFTs, are so far behind that they've just put this out after NFTs are well long and dead.
I think they saw it and went, make a game around that. And then because they put so much money into making it, they've gone, oh, we're going to have to at least launch it. But that's why it said soft launch. Quietly put it out there into the market.
If these companies want to do this thing, though, it's so proven and more popular and more profitable to create a trading card game or something like that, or amiibos, or if you want to do it physically, that makes money, doesn't it? I know there's a manufacturing cost to it, but look at Pokemon trading cards, right? They've been going since I was a child, and they're still making
they're
money.
Based off like a property. I mean, I guess Ubisoft could do something on there.
That's what I'm saying.
But
All these companies, instead of doing these non-fungible tokens online that no one actually cares about because you can't physically grab it, I think it takes away the collectability of it because it doesn't exist, if you get me.
I mean, if you want to do a collectible kind of game, just bring back fucking Skylanders. At least you got the toys with that.
My son's got bags full of Skylanders that he doesn't touch anymore, but I'll say,
At least it's something to hold in your hand.
I'll say to him, so we get rid of him. He's like, no, I kind of like them. You know what I mean? He still likes that they're there.
There's been such little fanfare over this. Champions Tactics Twitter has 107,000 followers compared to Ubisoft themselves, 10.9 million.
There you go. Just shows you. Let's move on because it's dumb.
Yeah.
Next,
Microsoft gaming revenue keeps going up even though hardware sales are down. The company saw a 61% increase in Xbox software revenues. Cloud was also a bright spot for the company. With their Q1 2025 earnings are in. How can the Q1 2025 be in?
It'll just be the report for the first quarter.
But we're not even in 2025.
No, but the report that gets published at the start of the first quarter. America's financial year, is that not January to December?
ours is April, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, but I'm confused because it says Microsoft's Q1.
Move on from it. I don't know. I'm just trying
Anyway,
to.
Semantics.
The results show that stupid Americans. The results show that Microsoft software gaming revenue are up, and even though Xbox hardware revenue is declining, the company says that its Xbox content and services revenue grew 61% year over year from its previous quarter, a figure driven by 53 points of net impact from the Activision acquisition. According to the company's press release, but hardware revenues again declined down 29% this quarter, which may be influenced by Microsoft's continued strategy to make its games available more widely than just Xbox consoles, which I think we all saw coming because the consoles don't really make profit anyway. So
plus anyone who wants an Xbox has bought one, and they're not doing a mid-season refresh. They've got the discless Series X and the 2 terabyte X coming out, and that's it. They're not doing an Xbox Series X Pro, they're not doing a Sony.
No. The specs of that got leaked today. Not great.
No. Not much better than what it currently is.
Not for the money that they're charging.
It's all software.
Yeah. Anyway, they said during the quarter, Microsoft introduced its new Xbox Game Pass standard tier and price hike for blah blah blah. No, we've seen that already.
I think it's basically people are subscribing to Game Pass more. There's more games that work both on PC and Xbox.
That a software company is doing better.
Would make money out of software.
I mean, that's what they should have always been.
But also, they were always going to get a big bump from the Activision thing because, Diablo 4's done fucking gangbusters on Xbox and on PC via Xbox. Same going with Call of Duty. They were always going to get a load of people joining up for Call of Duty. Because you don't have to pay 80 quid for the game, you can just get it on Game Pass.
Yeah, the report doesn't include the impact of Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which launched last week, but the Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella said that its earnings call that the game was the biggest Call of Duty release ever.
Yep.
So it's not included in there yet, but they could obviously see early numbers showing that it's going to be a success for them.
I mean,
and
really
the player base went up like 60% or something on PS5 and Steam.
Yeah, well, yeah, and also there'll be the people who, like me, who just given it the Game Pass trial. I haven't bought a Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 2, the original Modern Warfare 2.
Good one,
a very good one. But I haven't bought one since then. It's the first time I've just put one in.
Yeah.
Oh, rather bought one new. Like, I've got Advanced Warfare secondhand, and I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, that's good as well.
I will play it. I'm just trying to concentrate on the game I'm playing to finish them before jumping onto another one. Because otherwise, I will just be all over.
It's good for them, though. I kind of have a soft spot for Microsoft in general. I shouldn't have soft spots for companies, like I've said, but I kind of like it. I kind of like that they're fighting back. I do.
You've got a
genuinely
fondness for the multi-billion-dollar company.
I have. Because they were underdogs for a while, and it's nice to see them clawing back. You know what I
In the
mean?
gaming space, they've always been the overdogs in everything else.
Yeah, in everything else. I'm romanticising it completely, but it's nice to see, I think. I still think competition's very healthy for the medium. I really do. I really do. Without it, what's the fucking point? What's the point? Next.
From Team Green to Team Sony. PlayStation's
Tribalism's not going to help.
PlayStation's dual CEO setup has opportunities and risks. Sony has taken the bold decision of replacing ex-CEO Jim Ryan with 2 executives. Herman Hulst, he's back. Old Herman.
Do you know he's the guy that created Gorilla, isn't he?
Herman Hulst.
Yeah,
Don't
I'm pretty
know.
sure he created Gorilla Games.
It says, anyway, he's in
Pretty sure,
charge.
Dutch.
I'm pretty sure it's because of him Killzone exists.
He's in charge of PS Studios and first-party software, and Hideki Nishino is running the hardware business. It's an ambitious structure, and it's not a co-CEO, it's 2 CEOs for the company, Nishino confusingly told Variety as part of an exclusive interview. Herman runs his thing, I run my thing, and then we get together to talk about how to grow the business. Growing the business for success has a conflict as well. How we impact each other and how we sacrifice what we sacrifice or not. It's a balance and it's an opportunity and a risk.
I think it's quite progressive. Can't really argue it, can you?
I mean,
Maybe
I mean,
it's just have like 2 different outlooks on something rather
Yeah, I
than
think
it
it's
being
quite
like all
progressive.
from, it was Jim Ryan rather than just being him. It's
And what
kind
they've
of like,
done as well is they've got the 2 bigger
can we work
markets, the English-speaking world and Asia, and they've got one representing both, really, haven't they?
Yeah, one for Western, one for...
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It's progressive as fuck, that. I like it.
the only thing I keep thinking when people say like co-CEOs, and Candy will back me up on this one, is that classic Tenacious D line, "We'll lead us to kings.
That's the impression I'm
lead
getting.
us to kings."
Yeah. I poisoned your wine. I want to see them fight to the death. I just want to see who wins.
However,
I think it'd be cool.
on the flip side, I remember in the American Office when Jim and Michael are co-managers.
It didn't work out.
Didn't work out, did it? It didn't work.
The thing is that they are saying that they are specifically, one is looking
Not
after
co.
software and first party, one's looking after hardware. So they are kind of doing their own separate thing, at least. One is they
Do
are
you
running
think
different
they both get
departments.
paid the same? 'Cause
Maybe.
that's a strong one.
In different
'Cause
currencies.
I don't think they will.
I think running software probably gets you more money.
I
So
do.
That
I
brings
think
you
so
more
as
money
well.
in rather than the hardware.
Yes, I think so too. I think Herman's on more money. Genuine.
Why is he getting paid in billions? Oh, it's yen.
Who wants to be a millionaire in Japan? Not many. It's not more. Like £5,000. Who cares?
It's a good month's work.
Yeah, who gives a fuck? Yeah. Well, cool. Good for them. Next.
What do John Deere tractors, IKEA smart bulbs, Lego bricks, and the MacBook Pro Touch Bar have in common?
Oodles has drooled on all of them.
Yeah.
Nope, they can all run Doom. And so naturally, so can Nintendo's adorable Alarmo clock. It was only a matter of time before someone pulled that off, but we didn't. Yes, the article said I didn't expect it to happen this quick.
Of course.
Hacker Gary Obernic, who recently figured out how to run custom firmware on the Alarmo, did it in a video posted on Mastodon and their X account yesterday, in which in it they play the turning and pressing the mushroom-shaped blob on the top of the Alarmo to move, and pressing other buttons to shoot or open doors.
Didn't you see that
Fair
guy
enough.
that got Doom running on his fucking vape mod? You know, them big vape mods
Yeah,
they get.
people got them running on
Pregnancy
fucking pregnancy
tests.
tests, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but this is playable. Like he's like, there's no sound from what I can see, but he actually the little mushroom thing on the top, you can move it around and you can shoot with it. So that's still quite. It's
Yeah, no,
it's
it's good.
Doom. It's
I've got Doom on that
something
as
now.
well, my little tiger thing.
Yeah, but that's a console.
Yeah, but it's still cool.
I mean, my favorite version of someone getting doomed wrong was the touch bar on the MacBook Pros, because that's a really tiny, long screen on the old MacBook Pros. And so you get this like really stretched out version of Doom that's like 15 pixels tall. It's hysterical.
You mean Doom?
Yeah, very much like that.
Well,
Fuck that
apparently
touch bar,
Alamo software modding almost certainly won't just stop at Doom, and I'm sure they're saying here that people will be trying to put even more games on it, but you know how Nintendo are. They will probably
Will you
put a
be
stop
able to
that.
access the internet and go on Pornhub on the Alamo?
It does have a network connection on it.
That's what I'm saying. If you can get Pornhub on it, that's it. It'll start selling.
Just wake
Look,
up to the sound.
we know
Maybe
the
to
tech
you.
industry
Orgasms.
is led by pornography. You know this. Don't be naive.
It's not
Don't
the
be
alarm
naive.
sound you want to wake up to, though, is it?
Oh, ow! That's the type of pornos I watch.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to wake up to the sound of a man grunting from across the room.
I do. Fister for hitting people, not making love. Stop it. Next.
Right up to the elbow, love.
It's the
Next,
spirit of Biggie.
on to film and TV. Substance star Margaret Qualley to play Victorian psycho in horror from Longlegs producer Anton Launching. Fresh off the acclaimed genre pick Substance, Margaret Qualley? Is it Qualley?
I think it's Quayle.
Quality.
Yeah. Is set to star in the psychological horror thriller Victorian Psycho, with Anton and is launching ahead of next week's American film market. It's a strong premise. It's a strong premise for the in-demand Qualley. Set in 1858, the film will follow a young, eccentric governess named Winifred Notty, who arrives in a remote Gothic manor known as Ensor House. Winifred's responsibilities include teaching the children table manners and educating them about their family history, all whilst hiding her psychopathic tendencies.
Oh, so it's like Christmas at Candy's house.
Pretty much.
Just sounds like every other horror film ever.
It's like psychological
It's not a genre
Gothic
I get
thriller.
on with very well because I'm scared.
I think psychological horror's fun.
Yeah, could be good.
Scared.
Cool.
Next.
Next, speaking of scary films, Wayans brothers reunite for a new scary movie with Miramax and Paramount. Scary movie reboot was announced at CinemaCon as finally come together with the franchise's architecture returning for the first time in 18 years for a new original screenplay. The early series a send up of slashers like Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer. The new scary movie will shoot next year for theatrical release. The Wayans and Rick Alvarez are writing and producing the movie. Scary Movie franchise was developed by Marlon Wayans, Sean Wayans, and Keenan Ivory Wayans. Keenan wrote and directed the first two movies. Marlon and Sean wrote and starred in the first two movies. And they're back. I like the first two.
Yeah, the first two. Then the 5 or so after that were shocking.
Yeah, the problem is that what they started being was like
They were just general film parodies, weren't they?
They weren't so much lampooning things. It was like they were literally just taking the exact same plot and just throwing a stupid like fart joke in.
Didn't
that's just not
Kevin
how it
Hart
works.
get big from that originally in one of the scary movies? That was the first time I ever
Scary
saw
Movie
him.
4, I think.
First time I ever saw that man.
I don't
Kevin
know.
Hart. Yeah.
There were some good ideas in the third Scary Movie, mostly because they were doing signs and it was like Charlie Sheen taking the piss out of Mel Gibson.
It was thingy as well, wasn't it? Leslie
Nielsen.
And, and that alien has a piss out of its finger.
I still think the absolute funniest gag that they put in the first Scary Movie was when they're doing the Scream opening, and you've got
Carmen Electra.
You've got Ghostface chasing Pamela Anderson down the garden.
It's Carmen Electra.
Stabs her and he pulls out a breast implant. I just thought that was the funniest fucking visual gag I've seen up to that point.
It's a reaction to it though, because he goes like that. He pulls it off and he goes.
Yeah. I get them two mixed up because I've only seen both Scream and Scary Movie once, respectively, and I don't know which is which in my head. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Did he get the lawnmower out? Not the chainsaw out to shave her pubes in Scream, or was that in Scary Movie?
No, that was scary.
I do genuinely get them mixed up though. Like, it's Scary Movies that started on there, didn't it?
Yeah.
Budweiser advert.
No, well, they took it from the Budweiser advert. Yeah. No, I like the first two. The first two got some good laughs in it. The
It's
second
got that
one's
man with that little hand.
That's House. Yeah,
That's
the second
right.
one, the House on Haunted Hill. Like, you want some mashed potatoes? It's
My
like,
germs.
you can mash
You gotta
potato
get right up in the
get in there, and he's like mixing it up with his hand.
Take my strong hand.
Take my strong hand.
But that's cruel.
Wow. Yeah. Come on. We can't be ableist on this show.
No,
Next.
or the sorry, the best one. One of the best ones from the first one is when they're doing the news report, and it's like us, the black TV, kind of go, "White people down, and we get the fuck out of here."
Times
Yeah, I mean, it's got the original talent, and they are funny. Wayans can be funny, we'll see.
Tell her to white chicks because that was
Yeah,
fucking
no, I mean,
terrible.
I'm saying they can be.
Hey, white chocolate.
No, White Chicks.
It's one
has
of
got-
Pip's favourite films.
White
That's
Chicks
terrible.
has got. Some good
It's
stuff in
funny.
it. Yeah.
It's funny.
It makes no sense because you
No,
look at them,
it
you look at
doesn't.
them, and you're like, "Fuck off!" Like they look like grotesque, like mutants,
It's when Thingy
played
he's
by
like,
guys that are like 6'4".
he's like, she's big build. I like that. It's fucking massive. Big Adam's apple. Love that.
Anyway,
Oh.
Christopher Lee back as Saruman in the new Lord of the Rings film, thanks to archival recordings. Christopher Lee will appear on screen one last time as Saruman in the new Lord of the Rings film, the first Lord of the Rings anime movie, The War of the Rohirrim.
Rohirrim.
Should know
It's cool.
that. We'll come to
Especially
cinemas.
especially if Saruman has a big influence over all of Rohan and Edoras and stuff. It makes sense.
Yeah, 'cause the film takes place in the events of the
Yeah,
original Lord of the Rings and Hobbit. Saruman will appear in the film using archival recordings of
When he
Lee's
was a
line
goodie.
readings. Yeah, so it basically they won't be using AI, which is good.
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 Be interesting to see how they'll move that around. So presumably they'll kind of tweak a few things to make it
Sound good.
make it make sense for the actual plot and the conversations in the film.
But you got to remember though, in the films they use some dialogue from characters from other books and other tales. Do you know what I mean? So they might have had script of
They'll
him saying stuff from older books or newer. You know what I mean? So they might have just had it anyway.
Yeah, but isn't this like a made up story just set in?
Not quite a made up story. No,
It's an adapted story.
Yes, it's very very much adapted, but it is an existing conflict that happened in a fictional book.
Yeah. Well, it's the drawing, like the character will be looking like Christopher Lee Saruman as well, so it won't be like just his voice. Like it's going to be his look and everything as well.
That's awesome. Next.
Oodles has gone to throw up. Next, Amber Midthunder and Alan Richardson set to star in action franchise, hopeful franchise Painter from John Wick and Nobody writer Derek Kolstad.
I'm excited to see Amber Midthunder getting more work.
Yes.
She's
So,
great
Film
in
Nation
Prey.
Entertainment's production label Infrared is lining up a would-be action franchise franchise Painter, which will star US rising actress Amber Midthunder from Prey, alongside Alan Richardson from Reacher. Painter is written by Derek Kolstad, like I said. It will
Two
be set
very
to be-
ugly people.
Oh,
It is set
idiots.
to be directed by Logan, Avatar, and Roadhouse stunt coordinator Garrett Warren. The well-known
We liked
stunt
Roadhouse, didn't
specialist
we,
in
Candy?
Hollywood. And it is about a young woman trained from a young age who must employ every skill in her arsenal to rescue her father after he's kidnapped. There is
Okay, all
no word on
take
who
them
her
then.
father is. Is it going to be him or is he going to be the baddie? But it's going to centre around her. They said it'll be a seminal action film making Midthunder into this generation's Sarah Connor. That's what they want to go for.
I'm into it. She's great. I think she's fantastic.
She's got a lot of presence. Yeah, bring it on. We need a new femme fatale or some kind of great action woman, don't we? We need a new one.
Well, I think it's more that we need less that we need a femme fatale, more that we need like a badass kick-ass woman, like
she's
Sarah
not going,
Connor's.
Help me.
No, she's
Don't
picking
need
up a
none of
gun and getting to work. You
Yeah,
know,
blast. Fucking let's go.
So hang on, she's 27 and he is
42.
41. Close. So it's
I know my men. I know
not
my
entirely,
men.
not entirely impossible for him to be the dad.
No,
I think unlikely. I think it's probably either more likely he's going to be the plucky sidekick or he's going to be the.
No,
baddie.
it'd be nice for him to be the biggest baddie on planet Earth and no one can beat him. Just look at him.
He's fucking massive. I just put his name into Google, then it's obviously just come up with all these topless photos of him, like in the image search. I'm like, fucking.
He's unreal, isn't he?
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
You know
You could
who
have
he is.
You could have had Adam Richardson play an M. Bison character, couldn't you?
Bigger.
Absolutely fucking massive.
Mate, he could
wall
play
of a man.
Blanca. Do you know what I mean? He's just a monster.
And there'll be people
monster.
lined up around the corner to be the makeup artist that paints him green.
It must be horrible. What an horrible job.
It's got to get the little brush out.
I like that guy. He could become the next generation's Arnold Schwarzenegger if he wanted. But I think he's got a bit more to him because he's a good actor as well. He's not just a on-screen big man. He's also like nuanced and stuff, especially when you watch Reacher and stuff because he's got good comedy timing as well.
More on that later.
Yeah. I love Reacher.
So
next. Speaking of action films and action franchises, John Krasinski's Jack Ryan will be made into a movie at Amazon MGM Studios.
Is that worth a watch, that?
I haven't watched
I've never
it.
seen it.
But it's Jack Ryan from Thingy, isn't it? Proper Jack Ryan.
Yeah, it's Jack Ryan from
Yeah.
Clear and Present Danger and Hunt for Red October, that character, yeah.
It's him, isn't it?
So, John Krasinski and Amazon MGM Studios are not ready to say goodbye to Jack Ryan's character as the studio is developing a new feature film starring Krasinski as the next stage of the evolution of the franchise. Wendell Pierce, who also starred alongside
Put your teeth in.
Krasinski in the 2018 to 23 TV series, will also star, and Michael Kelly is in negotiations to reprise his starring role. So, I think there's 4 seasons.
Watch them.
Andrew Bernstein, who served as the executive producer and director of season 2, which by all accounts isn't that great, is directing the film, and the script will be written by Aaron Rabin, who wrote season 4.
The problem is they tried to make John Krasinski into a sex symbol for them because there's loads of shots.
He did have a glow up.
No, he had a glow up, and there's a lot of scenes with him with his top off, and he's cut as fuck. But he's still Jim from The Office.
Still Jim, looking at the camera.
Yeah. Even with a beard and like Hollywood hair and a Hollywood body, he's still Jim from The
Hollywood
Office.
What
wife.
kind of annoys me about that is, all the films I've seen Jack Ryan in, he's just a normal looking dude.
Yeah.
Like every action star now has to be massive and ripped, and like, Harrison Ford wasn't like that. Even Ben Affleck wasn't like that in the Sum of All
I
Fears.
remember Tinker Tailor
Neither was,
Soldier Spy. Do you know the film?
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, Alec
Tinker
Baldwin
Tailor
as
Soldier
well.
Spy, the film where Gary Oldman's character mentions like, what do you think spies all look like James Bond? Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, a real spy would just look like a schlubby bloke, wouldn't he?
Yeah, that's why I like that film, because it showed how boring spycraft actually
how
is.
boring it is. Like,
It's a lot of
we've got to
waiting
wait here
around
for
and then he gets
24
shot.
hours. Just sat here.
See, it's different with, like, say, Jack Reacher, because his character is that. He is a fucking...
He's supposed to be.
He's supposed to be like that.
Monstrous.
Yeah.
He's an ex-Marine and stuff like that.
Wait,
isn't he?
hang on. Are you telling me the Tom Cruise Jack Reacher films weren't to scale?
Well,
Not unless you're doing that, like, Father Ted Cow joke. He's like, look, this Tom Cruise is really far away.
but that's why Tom Cruise fit inside a chuffing Harrier jet that easy, because he is small. That's why he could. That's why he could be the Maverick or whatever he was called in Top Gun, because he's tiny. Cool. Next.
Lily James replaces Sylvester Stallone in classic 90s action reboot. The reboot of the 90s action classic was first a cliffhanger, sorry.
Oh,
Rocky.
reboot
I thought you meant
cliffhanger,
Rocky.
fucking
I
hell.
thought you meant Rocky.
Yeah.
Or Rambo.
The reboot,
It's a new direction.
yeah, it showed Lily James has replaced Sylvester Stallone in the reboot of Cliffhanger. So, I think they're just doing a Cliffhanger film, but now it's going to be a female lead. Filming is now
Fine.
underway in Austria. Stars Pierce Brosnan alongside Nell Tiger-Free, Franz Rogowski, Schubert Sharif. Those are the people.
Do you think we're going to get another epic Piers Brosnan beard in this? I reckon so.
I think we're going to get the rare Pierce Brosnan baddie, though.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
he's
what we
playing
like.
the thingy
No, he's
character in
a-
Cliffhanger.
no.
John
He's got
Lithgow
a bit-
guy.
Yeah,
So,
Lithgow.
no, during a weekend trip with a billionaire's son with his daughter Sydney, seasoned mountaineer Ray Cooper Brosnan is targeted by a gang of kidnappers. Ray's
Oh, so
daughter
he's-
Naomi
oh,
witnesses the attack and
right.
manages to escape.
Because
So
in
he is
Cliffhanger, they take his girlfriend, don't they? Or something.
haunted by a past climbing accident. Naomi must confront her fears and flight or fight. Survival.
So look,
Oodles, you know how a minute ago you were saying you couldn't remember the difference between Scream and Scary Movie? I've got the same with Cliffhanger and Ace Ventura 2. Like, all I can see is that raccoon.
No, that's actually Cliffhanger. It's a revenge plot about a raccoon that fell. That is good, that bit as well.
I always just get Cliffhanger and Vertical Limit mixed up.
they came out about the same time, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Deep Impact
Vertical
Armageddon.
Limit's the one with fucking Robin in it from Batman Forever, and it's just not
Yeah.
worth watching.
No.
It's same with like
Cliffhanger
Volcano
was
and
actually
Dante's
good.
Peak. It's that thing, isn't it? When things came out at the same time, like what the fuck? What happened? But yeah, cool. I'm for another Cliffhanger. It's those films are some of the scariest films for me. That I can't. I'm not a fan of that.
Like, you never seen Free Solo?
I watched that film about them two lasses on top of that tower. No, that telegraph tower.
Hated that.
And that made me...
I mean, I thought it was a great film, but that,
that made me sick.
Gave me the
That made me
heebie-jeebies.
sick.
Yeah, don't watch Free
And
Solo.
what's the
then.
underground one as well? The underground cavers.
Not
What, The
bothered about
Descent?
that.
No,
That's
I can't stand
opposite
that.
of
The
mine.
Descent.
I'm all right. I'm all right with that because I enjoy claustrophobia.
Oh, no.
No.
I enjoy that because at least I can't see big things. Yeah,
Well, you can if you find a cavern.
oh, that's true.
An
And goblins.
underwater
There's
cabin.
goblins in there as well, isn't
Yeah,
there?
it was scary enough without the fucking goblin things.
What if you find Smaug? You don't want
Uh-oh.
to deal with
Yeah.
You don't want to deal with a dragon and the Mines of Moria at the same time.
No, you do not. Absolutely not. But yeah, I'm up for a new Cliffhanger. Let's bring it on. Next.
Just a few small headlines. New Godzilla movie confirmed from the Godzilla -1 team. Let's go. Well excited for that.
Least
I-
surprising
by-
news ever.
By the way, on that, I have watched every Godzilla film ever made now. That fucking...
We did it for all of us.
that-
Are you going to be talking about Godzilla X Kong later?
No, because there's nothing I need to add that Stig hasn't added. It's fucking shite.
Terrible,
It's
isn't it?
absolutely. I was just howling all the way through it, and then I'm realising this is not supposed to be a comedy.
Yeah, Marvel's 2025 TV schedule was released with a short trailer. So we got What If Season 3 coming in December, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which is also an animated show, January. Daredevil Born Again, it's March the 4th. Got a few more clips of that. Got to see Fisk going up for the mayor.
Yeah.
Mayor Fisk. Ironheart is finally coming out in June. Eyes of Wakanda, which is another animated series, August. Marvel Zombie, another animated property, October. And then Wonder Man, December 2025, yeah. So
Ooh.
basically there's like 3 MCU shows and then 4 animated stuff that don't really have any kind of
Impact.
Fair enough.
impact. But Daredevil's the only one I'm not bothered about.
Yeah. Who gives a fuck about anything else when Daredevil's coming out?
Like, I
Fuck.
didn't really get on with the Ironheart character in Wakanda Forever.
Hated it.
So,
I hate that film so much.
it's not good, is it?
Fucking hate that film. And the first Black Panther film's so fucking good. So
Anyway, last one is, did anyone see the pictures of Billy Zane as Marlon Brando
Yes.
that they released
Looks
for Watson
incredible.
for Brando?
I didn't realise it was Billy Zane for a while.
If you showed someone a picture and didn't tell them what it was, fuck it, he's just a spitting image. I mean, all these pictures
I like
are
Billy
released.
Zane. I always have liked Billy Zane.
It's insane.
I think
I mean, I can sort of see the resemblance anyway that Emma trying to make
Yeah,
himself look. He's
regardless.
got like the dark eyes and everything.
yeah. And he's got that. He's not a pale man. He's got that like really nice olive skin, hasn't he? And he's got Brando vibes anyway. Apparently off screen, so it's perfect.
I'd seen like someone had done a TikTok like with like the post like pictures of them next to each other, like mirroring the scenes. It took me a good 30 seconds to work out which was Zane and which was Brando.
It's so good
Because not only does he look exactly right, but they've also got like the color grading of the film to look what like, the Godfather looked like. So it's just like, well, what am I actually looking at here? Who is it?
I think Billy Zane's one of the last old school actors. You know what I mean? Like though, acting tough, not tough men on screen. I mean off screen. You know those problematic, those kind of things. So he's perfect to play Brando, who's an absolute bastard. I think this is a match made in heaven, really, especially for cinema lovers.
Oh, yeah. I mean, also, if you look at Billy Zane's IMDb, he has done some shite over the years.
That's what I mean. He didn't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck.
Like on IMDb, his known for is Titanic, Back to the Future Part 2, The Phantom.
The Phantom. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Tombstone.
And he was in one of the Zoolanders for a split second.
He had a good 90s and then kind of fell off.
Yeah.
But
I think
could
he's
be
brilliant,
could be a
Titanic.
Renaissance kind of thing. Older guy now. You know, sometimes they come back. I just hope it's not just a standard kind of.
He just what I'm
too
saying.
much
Like,
of a standard biopic.
He just seems like a man that still smokes cigars on sets and drinks whiskey through day. Do you know what I mean? And slaps women about
Hollywood
a
of
little
old.
bit innocently, just slapping a woman about. Old school.
I mean, for God's sakes, he's in that Holmes and Watson film that Will Ferrell did.
Yeah, Billy Zane is not woke. I'm telling you now.
Do we want to look up what his politics are?
No, it will ruin everything. It will ruin the facade.
Billy Zane politics.
Leave Hollywood alone.
No.
Don't do it. Don't look at Brando's either, for fuck's sake. You were a bad boy. Anyway, move on. Next.
Finally, on to the weird world web. A large crowd duped into attending non-existing Halloween parade in Dublin. Hundreds of people turned out for the alleged procession in the Irish capital after false rumours were spread online. Police were forced to disperse the gathering. A large crowd of people were duped into lining the streets on Halloween parade that did not exist. Spectators turned out in force to watch the apparent procession in the Irish capital on Thursday night, last Thursday, until they were told there had been no plans to hold one. It came after a website posted a parade would be taking place in the city from 7 p.m. It appears the claims were spread further on social media, including sites such as TikTok. A Guardian statement on X said, "Please be advised that the contrary to the information being circulated online, no Halloween parade is scheduled to take place in Dublin." Commentators online joked that the event was a ghost parade. Apparently it was
authentic.
a prank, see how far someone could spread it, and it worked because hundreds of people turned up.
Good on you. That's a nice harmless prank, that. I like it. It's definitely a trick rather than a treat.
A lot of upset kids.
But it will also fuck the council. Local council's tidying up the next morning after the parade's not there. Because people tend to litter, don't they?
But when these things happen, a lot of people tend to try and get away with just parking the cars wherever. So they're being straight on there onto guy. Get on there with your machine now and get those cars.
Penalty charge notices across the board.
Yeah.
The Irish economy's going to boom just because of that.
We had something a couple of years ago on our local notice board for the town on bonfire night, and one of the women on there is my friend's sister. He hates her. She was banging on about she's like, oh, the guys out there giving tickets to people and blah 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 blah, and everyone was just going, don't fucking just abandon your car and park where you want then.
Yeah,
there's plenty of car parking spaces. don't park somewhere you're not allowed to and then moan that you get a ticket.
Drivers.
Yeah,
Cool,
drivers.
Cool. That is the end of the news. Let's move on to what we've been up to this week. Candy.
Oh, I've played a game.
You
I started
have
and finished
not.
a game in one sitting. I did it today. So since I played Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, I had a few people reach out to me and say, you have to play What Remains of Edith Finch.
You do.
And I know this to not be a long game, and it was about 20 quid. A couple of days ago, it was reduced to £3.99, so I
Worth
saw my
it.
opportunity and I bought it. What a beautiful little game that is.
Did you
So-
cry?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I
Just
cried so hard.
making sure.
Oh, yeah. In fact, I almost didn't come on the pod because I was so
She
upset.
cried.
I cry
did.
at non-sad games.
Mate, I cried at Metal Gear Solid 4. You know
Of
what
course
I
you
mean?
did, because it was so manly.
I cried at
You
FIFA.
had to push him through a nuclear reactor.
Yeah,
To
you
sad
microwave. While his mate were
so-
fighting someone with a sword in his mouth.
Yeah, of course
It's
we
emotional.
cried.
For we are men. It's a game made by Giant Sparrow. They haven't made a whole bunch of games, actually. I just had a look on their site. They've made The Unfinished Swan.
Which is part of
Remains
this
Edith
universe.
Finch. Oh.
Did you not know
And
that?
they're currently making another game, but they're in early progress with it. So it's a first person. It's a bit of a walking sim.
It's a very
there's
interactive
kind of
one,
like-
though.
Yeah, there's minor interactions. It's a case like there's no action. You know, there's no baddies to fight or anything. You just have to pull the levers and read books and stuff.
And then push the swing. Not too hard, though.
Oh, that was too soon. Too soon. Essentially, it's like watching an interactive movie. So you play Edith Finch, who is a 17-year-old who returns to her childhood home where her family, the Finches, have supposedly got a curse on them, which causes them to succumb to untimely death, shall we say.
They are
so
a
she's
real
writing a
Tim Burton's-esque family, aren't they?
They certainly are, and so's the house as well. It's basically just all rooms that have just been tacked on and kind of like stacked on top of itself.
So it's
and,
like the Addams Family house, isn't it?
Or like
Yeah.
Lemony Snicket. That kind of...
it is like that. It's because it's
Yeah.
by the sea and everything. It's very
Yeah.
much like Lemony Snicket. Yeah. So the original, I can't remember the character's name, but the founder of the Finches, shall we say, moved from Scandinavia, decided to pack up his house and move to America. House sank. He died. So started the curse. And
Odin Finch was his name.
Oh, that's right. How did I forget that? Odin Finch. So yeah, you learn that I don't know if there's a spoiler, but anyway, that for a particular reason, Edith Finch's mum has left her the house. She passed away. She's gone back to the house. She's writing a journal about all the family members' deaths, and you're basically finding out what's happened to every family member as you go on. And it's just, it's a lot of emotion, and it's a lot of just kind of watching along. I don't think the art style particularly grabbed me, but everything else, it doesn't really matter about the art style. It's more about the storytelling, and it's the richness of the story comes through, and that's what we like. 2 hours, I think it took 2-3 hours, maybe 3 if you really want to explore everything. I don't think there's many sort of side nuggets you can crack
It's a
on
very
with.
easy platinum on PlayStation. Very easy. You can do it in just playing the game normally.
I got an achievement for watching the credits for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, really enjoyable, and it's a really nice game just to play. Like I said, one shot. If you've got 2-3 hours spare on a Sunday, you just want to play a cozy game. But as we mentioned before,
It's not
pack
that
the
cozy.
tissues because, not that cozy.
I still couldn't take Gregory's story.
Mm-hmm.
The bathtub.
So,
Yeah.
speaking of that story, I'm not going to spoil what happens in that, but I thought, this is so fun. I let my then 2-3-year-old son play. Look at this, it's so fun in the bathtub.
No.
All that fun stops. That fun stops.
Well, the one that got me actually, and it was the first one, and it's so I played it. It must have been a demo or something, and it was the first family member, which is a young girl called Molly, and I think she's about 10, and it was the story of how she passed, and it basically you're you go through and you play as a bunch of different animals. So I played the demo, and that's the only bit you get. And I got completely the wrong impression of what the game actually was. So I didn't really go back to it, and it didn't really strike a chord, because I thought, well, this is a game you're just playing a bunch of different animals, and it's a bunch of mini games. But yeah, no, I was really wrong. Also, I think it was the first death that kind of stuck with me as well, because if you kind of read between the lines and figure out what happened, she's explaining it in the ways that a child can explain and a child understands. But if you see what she's doing along her story, it's just, it's heartbreaking.
Poignant, isn't it? And may I please recommend that you play Unfinished Swan as well?
Yeah, that one's really good as well.
It's in the Finch universe.
Yeah, I will do, if it's anything like Edith Finch, for sure.
No, it's not. It's not like there's no different stories. Right? It's just a gameplay loop, isn't it, Gadget? But
yeah,
it's poignant in a way where you can feel like it could have been one of the stories attached to Edith Finch.
Right.
Do you get what I mean?
But
oh yeah, for sure.
It's quite beautiful because everything's kind of like a white screen, and it's like as you move, like the world comes in like black painted style on the white screen. It's very
well, do you
pretty.
know what, one of the highlights
it.
One of the highlights of the game for me was one of the stories. It's portrayed in a comic book.
Yeah.
So you're kind of turning the pages, but also you've got the different kind of the different sections coming up, and then the way you're moving from one to the other. It's really cleverly done. But very, very good. I'm enjoying my little small games at the moment. My little amuse-bouche games.
Did you go back to Dead Space?
I have, but I've only played it for about 2 hours so far.
Scary, isn't it?
So I haven't been that scared so far. But more on that next week.
What about Never?
No, I didn't go back to that. It's too sad.
Come on.
You can do What Remains of Edith Finch, but you can't do Never.
Oh yeah, it's animal torture. Well, no,
it
it's not animal
isn't.
torture, but it's animal pain.
It's not.
It's animal sadness.
Literally, there's none of it. Like
you weren't moaning when you were chopping them fish heads, were you?
Can I spoil something for it?
Yeah, but fish
But it's not massively spoiler. In the second thing, you use the dog. He attacks. It's grown up.
Oh, okay. I'll go back to it then.
It's fine. You're not constantly. You are not constantly walking around like with a whimpering dog. It's on your puppy for the first act.
Come on, Candy. You know this.
Well, now I know, so I'll go back to it.
It's a good game. It's great. Great game. Unfinished One isn't on Game Pass. I think it was at one point, but it's not now, unfortunately.
I'll have a look. I wonder how much it is.
It can't be expensive. It wasn't expensive when it came out. Really.
Anyway, yeah, Edith Finch.
Cool. That's all you've done this week.
Oh, yeah, it's great, yeah.
Yes.
Excellent.
That is it.
I'll move on. Sorry. Vomit in my throat. I'm joking. It's not vomit. I watched and finished a brand new series this week. Rivals on Disney Plus.
Heard of it? It's advertised a lot, yeah. It's one with David Tennant in it.
Starring Alex Hessel and David Tennant. Now, I didn't know what this was based off until I'd finished it. It's a adaptation of Jilly Cooper's book, Dame Jilly. Do you know the bonking fucking books?
Yes.
The shagging books.
Yeah.
It's based on that, but what they've done here, I mean, I'll tell you what the plot is. It's about Lord Tony Baddingham, that's played by David Tennant, and his rivalry with Lord Rupert Campbell Black. Both absolute rigid Tories in 1986. And David Tennant's character, he controls a almost like Granada TV style company. Do you know these TV franchises that they had back in the day of terrestrial TV, where it was region based, like Granada, Tyne Tees, and all that, that kind of stuff. You all remember that, don't you? You all remember terrestrial TV? And back in the TV's like heyday, which was the late 80s, early 90s, everyone fucking loved telly then. And David Tennant's character, Lord Baddingham's, always hated the ever-dashing Rupert Campbell Black. He's played by the guy who plays Translucent in The Boys. Very handsome-looking man. Absolute. He's the Minister for Sport in Thatcher's Tory regime.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah. But he's quite roguish and devilish, and you know what I mean? He's handsome. as all heck. And because it's a Jilly Cooper adaptation, it's a bonkathon. And there's a lot of shagging in it. And I mean, I've never thought I'd see a penis on a Disney show. But I have. And lots of boobs. And there's shagging in every episode. But
the Jilly Cooper book titles themselves, because I just went to Google rivals, but it's like there's a run of the books and all the artworks are like kind of white with like red highlights in it.
Yeah,
but like Riders is just a woman's bright white jodhpurs with a man's hand on her arse.
Yeah,
Polo is a polo player, is just the bottom of his shorts and a bit of the crotch. With a polo mallet. Fucking Tackle, it's just a bloke in his boxer shorts and someone putting a red card in the band.
Yeah.
And then the last book's called Mount. It's just not even trying at that point.
But that's what it is. It's like pitched as a modern day, a Bridgerton type thing. Do you know what I mean? But not modern day because it's obviously 1980s, but contemporary, let's say. He still feels weird to me to say that an 80s is a period piece, but it clearly is, isn't it? But it's still weird to me, that one. And it's kind of, when I'm watching, because I watched it with a wife and that because it was her idea, I wouldn't have normally jumped on it. And then I saw David Tennant in it. David Tennant plays the greatest baddie on TV he's ever played.
He's good at baddies. He needs to play more of them.
He's really fucking good at being a baddie.
Remember how good he was in Jessica Jones?
Yeah, he's really good in this. And Alex Hassel, the other main character, he's really good as well. And what makes this stand out to me is the other cast. Like, a lot of nobodies in it. But then again, I'm not that into modern British TV. Apparently, every time I'm watching something, she was saying, oh, she's in this, they're in that. So I didn't know them. You get people that you do know, like Catherine Parkinson, from the IT crowd, people like that. But my standout in this whole series, and is in all 8 episodes, and I think he does the best job. I've never once thought, wow, he can act. It's Danny Dyer.
Really?
Danny
Dyer's in
fucking
this.
Brilliant in this. He plays this tech mogul that, like, accidental millionaire. So he's like entrenched in all these toffs. And he's proper, he's a London boy. Because obviously he don't want to stretch too much, does he?
Danny fucking Dyer.
Yeah, he's a London boy, but he's a slubby. And because he's self-made, unlike everyone else that's born into this blue blood society, this fictional Rutshire. It's basically, it's like Cotswolds. And,
but Rutshire, come on, Jilly Cooper.
I know. She knows what she's doing. And he's literally the best because he's the only thing that we, as the viewers, can relate to. Because he's a normal man, he's accidental millionaire, do you know what I mean? Self-made. And they all like scoff at him, like, look at this guy. But they all know he's the most powerful man in that village. Because he has real money. Because everyone knows a lot of toffs and blue bloods, they've got no money.
No, it's all in property and in their house. And
it's fake,
trust
isn't it?
funds.
It's false. It's false money. They've got nothing in these big empty houses, have there? Some of them.
Yeah.
And it's a really good, what happens in this? The main crux of it is obviously David Tennant's character and Alex Hassel's character. They're the rivals that it's about. But there's loads of smaller stories in the background of this 8-episode run, and it's genuinely really fucking good. Like, it's got a bit of Succession to it in its feeling, but it's also that Britishness, that comedy timing, that, dare I say it, like Carry On-esque pratfalls and stuff like that, but in like a good way, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
It really respects its source material somehow. It's like, imagine if someone did a really good adaptation of 50 Shades of Grey and made its source material look better than it actually was. Do you get what I mean?
50 Shades of Grey isn't a particularly good adaptation of Twilight, so that's a bit...
I've read a lot of reviews and they're saying, this is actually better than that piss poor book. Do you know what I mean? I think somebody's gone to the director or the showrunners and gone, it's got a really good story in this shagging book. We need to steal that and just call it the same thing because it's cheaper. Do you know what I mean? But it's really, if you're interested in like 80s television and production and stuff like that, but you're also interested in Tories getting the comeuppance,
I am interested in that.
It's a really good show, and the pace is really good. And again, you guys watch it. Danny Dyer's brilliant in this. He's fucking brilliant.
I
Could win a fucking
can't
Emmy for
believe
this.
that's it's a sentence that's not passing for me.
He's really good in it, and I know he's just a fucking washed up like EastEnders bloke now, isn't he? He's not a movie person. He's not doing these Football Factory films and stuff. But he's really fucking good in this. And everyone's really... It's got Aidan Turner in it as well, do you know, from the Hobbit films. The one dwarf that looked handsome.
So what you're telling me is it's a hideous cast as well.
No, everyone's gorgeous in it. Everyone, and I mean everyone's stunning in it. Except for Danny Dyer.
Of course.
I think it's...
Because he looks like a jelly deal.
Yeah, he does like a jelly deal. The first 15 minutes, you'll get what it means and what it's trying to do, because it's also taking the piss out of its source material at the same time. But even Jilly Cooper's signed off on it and gone, yeah, fuck it, lampoon it if you want to.
Well, yeah, because she's 1,000 years old and wants a Disney paycheck.
Yeah, exactly. But it's also really clever in that, like, because it's of its time, 1986. It's set in 1986. And there's a lot of stuff like gay panic and AIDS talking about, do you know, all that coming through. And
has it got a banging soundtrack?
It's got a fantastic soundtrack. Frankie Goes to Hollywood, all your classics, Chuffing, Culture Club, everything's on it.
Nice.
It's just genuinely, it's a good send-up of, like, times gone by, do you know what I mean? And again, David Tennant, you can't not watch him when he's on screen. He's always good. He's always really good. I wholehearted. I don't think it's the best thing I've ever watched, but I really recommend it. But, and I need to stress
romp.
this, definitely, do not watch this around children. This is, it's
Just
ruder
mummy and
than
daddy time, is it?
It's ruder than like Game of Thrones and stuff like that.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, there's erect penises in this, by the way.
Well, there was in House of the Dragon, or at least
I
one of
know.
them anyway.
I know, but it's yeah. First, the opening scene is Rupert Campbell Black on the Mile High Club going Mach 3 in a Concorde, and as they're hitting the sound barrier, she's orgasming. So that's the first scene.
It is known that was how Concorde needed to get to the sound barrier.
Yeah, that's the first.
It was powered on woman's pleasure.
The first thing you see in this show is a man's ass rutting up and down someone. So, yeah, it's a good one for mummy and daddy to sit and watch. I absolutely guarantee. She got a bit hot under the collar, did the wife. She was like,
Hey.
it helps me as well. It helped me that week. So, I recommend it. I do. I recommend Rivals on Disney Plus, but not if you have a faint heart. Trust me. But yeah. Gadget, what you been up to?
So a couple of things, but I'll be quick with them because one's pretty quick and the other we've talked about before. But a quick 9 Souls update. I'm on the last fucking boss.
Yeah.
It's hard, but this is my game of the year. This game is fucking phenomenal. Story's fantastic, combat's fantastic. I may have to knock it down to easy mode to beat the final boss because it is
No shame in that. No shame in that.
That was my next question. Is there an easy mode? Because if there is, I'll play it. Because everything you've shown me is just...
Yeah, there is a story mode.
I don't like when people say, oh, you shouldn't... There's no shame in it.
Just play it to your own level. Play it to your own level.
Yeah, fuck it. I like you know, I play all first-person shooters on the mode...
The easiest mode.
It pretends that you haven't got fingers. Do you know what I mean? I play it on that mode.
Yeah. No, it does have a story mode, and I'm speaking to Rob Shack. He's currently playing it through on story mode because he struggled with it on normal, and he's breezing through bosses that I had trouble with in normal mode. So, it's really fucking good game. Oh, I've nearly cried twice in it. I feel like the final cutscene's probably going to have a manly tear. And yeah, I'm really excited to finish this game. I think it's fucking phenomenal. But so the things that I've done this week aside from that, I went to a very special fireworks display last night.
Are you reviewing fireworks?
Well, no, I just need to talk about it for a second because it's fucking hilarious. So this was called Pyro Musical, and it's done at a place in Bishop Auckland in County Durham, and it's this whole kind of big setup thing, and it's supposed to be this 25-minute firework display set to music. Okay? So we get there. They've got this huge kind of grandstand seating area set up. And we're watching it. When someone says to you a firework display set to music, what do you think?
Crap.
Do you think like maybe like Chariots of Fire, or do you think like some big classical piece?
No, Billie Eilish.
We had the Greatest
Billie
Showman
Eilish.
soundtrack at our fireworks 2 years ago. They played literally from the start to the finish, just put fireworks to that. It was great.
What we had was 25 minutes of some of the crappiest pop songs, finishing on one of the songs from Greatest Showman. This Is Me, I think it is.
Yeah.
That's a banger though.
But
Whoa.
Yeah.
Good song.
so okay, but bear in mind in 2024.
Bear in mind,
you know,
Gadget hates Joy.
No, I like Joy, but you know, do you want to sit and watch a firework display to Katy Perry's Raw? Not even her fireworks song. Not even her
Even
song
use
about
fireworks.
No, they used Raw.
That makes no sense.
Or do you remember that song from about, it might have been 12 years ago or something? I'm the cat with the bass and drum. Watch me as I go boom, boom, boom. That song.
No idea.
Never heard
I
that
know the
one.
one.
Never
Yeah.
heard that one.
Oh, that's another banger.
Is it?
Yeah.
But yeah, so songs like that, and like you would also kind of expect for some visual show and all that, maybe something like Pink Floyd, something a bit spacey, something a bit weird. to
Mate,
have like
they're not
big,
going
kind
to
of
do
big
Pink
colours
Floyd in County Durham.
They did fucking Jump by Van Halen, which I get, but it's not the best Van Halen song.
No.
Yeah, but
no,
it's
it's not.
the most widely known, probably.
True, yeah. Anyway, the most irritating part of the whole experience
Children.
is that the fireworks were a bar behind the music.
Oh, so the editor in him was going, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't
The
like
musician in me was not liking this because you were getting like the big moment where like, the big choruses come in, and then like about 5 seconds later, then you get the big light display and all that kind of thing. Yeah, they also only played 1 minute of Firestarter. I think if you're going to do like Firestarter for a fireworks show, you're going to put on the whole fucking song because it's a banger.
Well, just play that song on repeat and everyone would have been happy.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like Prodigy?
Yeah, just play the best of the Prodigy.
Priests.
That's their lore album.
Smack my bitch up with all the children
Yeah.
there. Smack my
That'd be great
bitch
for
up.
fireworks. Yeah,
Ba-dow, ba-dow.
exactly.
You should have done Rage Against the Machine as well, Killing in the Name of.
That would have been better.
Kids love that, especially the end to that song. Kids love that.
You know what? I'm gonna set up a rock and metal one for next year with some decent fucking songs to it.
Yeah, well, I could put that in your ear. What? Put them in your ears while you watch the fireworks.
Like a silent disco.
Yeah.
Adults only firework display with metal.
Yeah. The other thing as well, the bar was ridiculous prices. £4.50 for a 300ml can of Camden Hills.
Grow
It's
up.
just obscene. Yeah, not
In
having it.
Durham.
In Durham.
God,
Not even a good bit
inflation's
of Durham
hit
as
hard.
well.
Inflation's hit hard over there.
It wasn't even like Durham City where I expect prices like that. It was fucking Bishop
Yeah.
Auckland, middle of the sticks, right next to Barnard Castle. Could have went for an eye test.
You could have done. They do the best eye test there.
Yeah. Anyway, main thing I watched, and I'll be brief about it because we've talked about it ad nauseum because I think everyone here has watched it. I started watching Reacher this week. Finally got to start watching Reacher.
Never seen it.
Well, this
Any
Tell us
excuse
about
to put him on the pod art.
Tell us about it.
This is the crime drama based on the Lee Child book Killing Floor, starring one mountain of a man, Adam Richson as Jack Reacher. And you are never not reminded that he is a mountain of a man. He is frequently topless throughout it. Frequently just
and you
standing
were
there.
complaining because
I was complaining because Pip sat in a puddle. I got to put a fucking towel under because she likes big men.
we call it the cuddle puddle.
Fucking hell.
Snail trail.
Don't watch Rivals after, mate. It's fucking hell.
There's one scene where they're like holding up in a hotel room, and he's moving one of the beds, and he just moves like a queen size bed effortlessly.
Yeah.
But he's shot from behind, so you see like his triceps popping, and Pip's like, rewind that.
Took twice as long to get through the series because of that.
It's fucking taking ages. So yeah, this
Keeps
is
wanting
a
to
book
pause
about.
it and go over a little bang.
So Jack Reacher is a former, is he a Navy SEAL?
I think he's a SEAL.
Special Forces, something
Yeah.
like, or no,
Black
military
Ops.
policeman. That's it.
Military police,
Oh, yeah, he's an
Um,
MP. He's an MP. Yeah.
Second
Yeah.
season goes into that.
He is a self-proclaimed hobo, as he doesn't really have a job. He just collects his pension and just kind of rides around. And he comes upon this very small town, Marleville, something like that. I don't know. Fuck nowhere,
Yeah,
George.
Bumfuck nowhere, as they call it.
And he turns up just as the local police have found 2 bodies. And one of those bodies turns out to be his brother, who works for the Secret Service.
Yep.
And so he then gets involved with the investigation, and turns out there's a load of fucking corruption in buttfuck
He's
nowhere,
also
Georgia.
prime suspect, isn't he?
He's prime suspect for a little while. He also appears to have super detective powers because he just seems to work everything out. It's all. I feel like there is an element of neurodivergency to him, almost like autism is a superpower.
Yeah, definitely.
But
definitely.
I'm going with it. He's a man of few words, takes no, doesn't deal with any bullshit, hates people being cruel to animals.
Yep.
The bloke who seems to be trying to let his dog die, he's very unhappy with this
He's
man.
an ally to women as well.
He's an ally to women. And in fact, the ally to womenship thing gave me my favourite moment of that entire series, where he encounters Kleiner Jr. in the cafe after he's done something to the woman that Reacher likes.
Yeah.
And he just says to the line, says, "You know a lot of things, but you don't know what it feels like when I punch you in the face."
Yeah.
And then he just I don't know how Adam Richardson does it, but he made an open hand slap look brutal.
Yeah, he slaps the fuck out of him.
Because there's a fucking dinner plate coming at this lad.
He's got big hands.
Yeah, it's really good. It is actually quite funny in places. It's quite
It's
dark.
got some humour, hasn't it? And it knows that the Reacher character is ridiculous.
Yeah, I think it's very aware of how silly it all is. Adam Richardson, I really like in this role. Like, the only thing I'd seen him beforehand was that
Gentleman Warfare.
Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, which he was very funny in that as well.
Yeah, he played that like Camp Klaus guy, didn't he?
Yeah. But in this, what I like is he is funny because the character's not trying to be funny. The character is just like so stoic it hurts, and as a result, that is funny.
Yeah.
There's one point where he gets obsessed over he sees a truck full of animal feed. And he's very convinced throughout the entire investigation. I'm probably I haven't finished the season, so I assume something will come up. He's going, "That's a lot of animal feed," and the other characters are sick of him talking about it. There's one point he pulls over on the road and he starts talking to a cow about it.
Yep.
Such a fucking ridiculous scene, but then the man's just being nice to a cow. So what can you say? But I mean, yeah, Richardson is the driver for this. He's frequently topless. He's frequently punching the shit out of goons. What more do you want?
It's good popcorn TV.
Yeah, there's even a really good steamy scene in a shower where you get to see his bum as well.
Yeah. Candy, you'd
It's a
love
nice bum.
this.
I'm in. You had me at bum.
It is just so. It's just so much fun. I just love when people keep trying to start fights with him, and they're always a lot smaller than him. I'm like, look at him. Do not start a fight
Yeah,
with
but that's
him.
standard though. If you notice, if you're ever in a bar fight, it's always a small bloke picking on the biggest bloke in the room.
The small man syndrome.
biggest-
When I'm there,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't go. I just stay away from the big boys.
Six sees in the corner. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm not going near that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you're not that small.
but
I'm
yeah,
talking
like
Oh, look at
The-
that.
the-
You're not
the
that
way
small,
that-
Stig.
there you go. Not
The
to
way-
me. Not to me. You're not.
No one is to you.
the way the violence swings around as well. It's like the fight in the prison toilets at I think in the first episode. That's horrific. That one. It's fucking awful.
It almost goes to Shawshank levels, doesn't it?
And then you get to a point where like he's just killed a couple of guys, and to try and fit them both in the boot of a car, he has to break one of their legs backwards over, and that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. I'm not going to spoil it, but the climax, the final episode's really like tense. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I'll
No,
do it.
I'm really annoyed at myself for not having watched this until now, because it is actually really fucking good, and it's actually it draws you
really
in.
Season 2's like proper different as well, in a good way, I think. Because it
Yeah,
goes
yeah.
more into him as a character. Now, he's not an enigma anymore.
Yeah, but like the story's laid out a little bit like a 24, where it's like it's that undulating tension that draws you in, and like then moments of exposition which are complete bollocks.
Yeah.
Like the scenes of them just like sat talking, working through files and papers, and it's just like it's utter bollocks, but it's so entertaining at the same time.
I always love when they're like trying to in the beginning when they're trying to cuff him and he can just get out of the handcuffs.
Right? No, they zip tie it.
Zip tie him. He just goes,
zip tie him. He says because
his hands are too big for the cuffs.
Yeah, the cuffs are too small for him. And then he sat there in the jail cell. He's like, get some scissors, let him out. He says, no, I got it. And he just pops them off. And it's just this ridiculous show of strength. And he's been good the entire time because he knows he's in more trouble if he pops them open. But just the fact that he can.
I love it. I'm with Stigger as well. It's just, he knows what it is. It's the same way how I feel with Cobra Kai. It knows what it is.
Yeah.
And it's not trying to kid. It's not trying to be poignant in that way. It's just trying to be like, just enjoy this, lads. Just enjoy it.
Yeah. I also I enjoy a conspiracy thriller. I like that I'm on episode 6 and I still haven't really worked out who's behind everything yet. There's
no weird twists either. It's a good conclusion.
Yeah. It's like I've seen all the players on the board.
Yeah.
I don't know who's controlling the pieces. You know?
Yeah.
Which I like. I think that's really good. So yeah, watch Reacher. Just put a towel under the missus.
Absolutely.
Protect your sofa or get your sofa Scotch guarded ahead of time.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Stig?
Just one thing this week. I watched a film called In a Violent Nature. This is by director Chris Nash. It stars a lot of people you'll never have heard of, I've never seen. And it's a story, it's a horror film told from the perspective of the killer. So a violent monster, undead monster is resurrected after his mother's locket is taken from this grave that was keeping him down there. And and he rises from the dead and he goes on a rampage of retribution, just killing everyone. And so basically just think kind of Friday the 13th, that style kind of killer. So but you spend your time with him. Following the camera follows him walking around, going from place to place, and you kind of see the film play out from his perspective rather than it being from the victims.
Yeah.
So there's some
cool. Cool concept.
It's a cool concept, but so there's some really gnarly kills in there, and I did like the flip side of every now and again you catch moments of what would be the conventional film. So
yes.
So when he's kind of on the outskirts of this lodge they're staying at or the fire, you capture what would be what's going on in a normal film.
Where you'd normally be.
Yeah, you wouldn't be seeing him. You'd be seeing them arguing or talking about.
But he's just stood watching.
He's gone missing. We've got to go to the police. Blah blah blah. But he's just stood watching. Yeah. So you capture all these glimpses of that, and they even strip. There's no music whatsoever, so they strip out all the music. So a horror film is as soon as the killer turns up, right there goes your music to tell you that it's tension time or scare time. The whole film has no music in it when it follows him.
That's interesting.
It is interesting, but also it becomes really dull, and that's the problem. You spend a lot of time with a killer walking at snail's pace towards things, around things, and it all makes you think these people are even more stupid than they look in a conventional horror film, because you're watching him and thinking, I could get away from him with a light jog. He is not moving fast whatsoever. He is taking fucking ages to get from point A to point B. That's
the thing with Michael Myers, isn't it? I always imagine if you follow him with a camera, you see him slowly lumbering towards the victims. And then he has to go back round everyone's gardens and absolutely fucking peg it to get to the next position.
Yeah.
And then just lumber towards them again.
There is kind of a bit like that in this where he sets something up and walks, for some reason does a loop of something and comes back round and picks up his axe and goes at them. And it's like, why did you do that? Didn't need to do that. But
I don't think killers are smart, mate.
No, but it's kind of funny that it shows, he was there. It kind of shows that when you're watching a normal horror film and you think, how the fuck did he get there? This film shows you how he got there. So that's how he went there. But yeah, it just makes everyone else look so stupid because you could just get away from this guy like that. He is very slow. And that's kind of what lets it down. Really, it's the concept is great. I really enjoyed the concept. There are some fucking brutal kills. There is one involving a woman on the top of the cliff where you think conventionally he's probably just going to push her off or do something. What actually happens is, I don't really want to spoil it because anyone wants to watch this, but if you want to look up In a Violent Nature Kills, because yeah, it takes yoga to a whole new different place.
Shit.
But yeah, the other thing as well is it doesn't actually stick with the gimmick. So the whole gimmick is based on this kind of killer, and then at one point it just stops being that, and it's like, well, what was the point?
It carries on being a normal film.
Yeah, and
Shit.
what the other thing that I didn't like, which they did right at the beginning, was because this is going to be from the perspective of the killer, so we're going to see what's in his head. There's actually one moment where he looks into a mirror and he imagines this conversation from his parents. And I thought, oh, that's really good, because you know how like Jason, like your whole point is he's meant to be hearing.
Do it for mummy.
Yeah, hearing his mum in his mind and stuff. And I thought we were going to get that. I thought we were going to see things how the killer sees things, and we're going to hear voices, and we're going to see like hallucinations and what drives that. You know, he is an undead monster.
What is up with Candy? Are you throwing up?
But what drives it is she's watching that scene.
Oh, is she?
Are you?
It's so bad. It's so much worse than I thought. It's it's like a Mortal Kombat kill.
You look like you were throwing up then.
Almost. Oh, it's so.
Yeah, but what makes it worse is that she could have easily got away as well. That's what pisses me off in that scene. But yeah, it's the kills. The kills are brutal and quite inventive, and they're just doing things that you've never seen before. But that's all it's got going for it. It just became very dull.
Is it worth running out to watch?
No, not at all. It's worth I'll watch a compilation of how they do the kills, and that's it. Oh,
Okay.
the thing, the acting's fucking terrible. Every actor in this film is awful, absolutely awful.
So not worth watching?
No, sorry, listeners, it's not worth watching. But
Do you know why? Do you know what mistake they made? They should have got Danny Dyer in it.
Yeah,
That's
true.
what I'm saying.
But if you want to just watch a compilation of the kills, they're quite cool. Some of them are anyway. One of them, there's a few basic ones in there, but there's a few like kind of things. But that one on the top of the cliff is
That was
interesting.
Something else.
Yeah.
Something else. She kissed her ass goodbye.
Yep.
I ain't watching that shit.
Watch that clip. I might post that clip to you. Candy, post it in the
Don't.
thing. Yeah. Post it in the command
Alrighty.
center. You can watch it and hear Gadget's response to it at some point.
No, that will be a link that remains uncut.
No, click it. Please, just watch it. I want to know I want to hear your
I mean, it's
reactions
kind of
to
funny.
it.
It's not like it's pretty funny.
You don't have to do it now.
You know
but
what? No. Let's do it now while we're talking about it, because I'm not going to post anything anywhere. Where have you
Right,
posted
you might
this?
have to skip to the end of this. Hang on,
Where have you posted it?
I haven't yet. Bear with.
you can edit it down, can't you? Where are we?
Exactly. Right, here we go. Command center.
A Violent Nature yoga girl death scene.
It's making me go on, actually.
This content may be inappropriate for some viewers, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it's a man walking towards a woman that's doing yoga on a cliff, because that's a normal place to do yoga.
Yeah, I'm watching it too. Oh,
Yeah.
stood on a branch.
But she,
Yeah,
but,
stood on the
she,
stick.
but she could slide down there. That's the thing that's really annoying.
She can't act either.
No?
None of them can. I told you this.
No,
Why
skips
didn't she go
backwards.
left instead of backwards?
Oh, she's standing over a cliff.
It's a
she's looking
slide.
scared.
It's like a slidey cliff as well. She could have slid
Yeah.
down it.
And she just stood there and got stabbed in the back and is bleeding out of her mouth. Oh, fucking hell. That's
Wait for you.
that's a lot. Jesus Christ.
Gets worse.
That-
She's still alive.
How is she still alive? How is she still walking after he put his hand through her spine?
Oh.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh no! Oh!
Oh, what's she doing?
Oh no!
She's pulling her through her own body.
That's what?
How can you do that?
Oh, this is.
How can you
Jesus
do
fucking
that?
Christ!
Oh, she's giving birth to herself.
Oh! What? What was the point of that?
It's cool, isn't it?
No.
No,
Why don't
no.
you just kick her off?
Because it's not fun, that.
Oh, does he pick his weapon back up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he picks his hook back
But
up.
watch this now. So he does kick her off. See how she just slides down, and you just think you could have just slid down there if you wanted to get away from that killer.
It's
She
not
just-
a sheer cliff, is it?
No,
But she just stopped and let him stab
She
her in
didn't
the
go
back.
left. She went backwards.
Serpentine, love, Serpentine.
yeah, enjoy that.
The man's okay. Well,
No,
I'm gonna need to go hug
I hate
a
that.
cat later.
I hate that.
You know what? Let's not talk about this film anymore. Let's do some feedback.
I hate that.
I'm taking over. I'm moving us on. Xenos has said this week I need
Can't
a
even
break from
continue.
Hades.
I can't stop.
I know, that's why I'm pushing it forward. This week I needed a break from Hades because I spent too much of the previous week playing it. Consequently, I did the unthinkable and watched a classic film a lot of people like, specifically The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's not bad,
Good man.
but it's not
First time
entirely
you've
my
seen.
kind of film. I would have probably never gotten around it if Vex hadn't mentioned she was going to watch it. I figure it would be more fun with someone else. Did enjoy it overall, but not really a fan of the art style. I don't think I've ever been goth enough for it to click for me.
Oh, that's surprising. Not that he hasn't been goth, but I think it's... Well, I am a goth, so yeah, I do like the art style.
I am.
Quintessential Tim Burton, really, isn't it?
I am a goth. Is
I'll-
exactly what a non-goth would say. I don't trust you. I don't
Don't be
trust
the
you.
goth gatekeeper now.
I like the art style, I just don't understand why all the scene goth kids were obsessed with it. I feel like I'm overloaded with the imagery from it.
It was a combination of Hot Topic and Corey Taylor wearing the Jack Skellington hat for like 10 years. Remember
Yeah.
that beanie?
Yeah, I remember the beanie.
I like its production. I just really don't like its story. That's all.
It's all right.
I like
the
how
story's
I
fine.
kind of like how it looks. I kind of like that it's being a musical as well, but it doesn't resonate with me. I don't hate it though. I don't hate it.
Moving on now to Mothram Deer, one of the Smash That Glass family.
One of the OGs, yeah. She's
the
part
OGs.
of modern escapism lore.
She's been playing Dragon Age: The Veilguard, and she has opinions on it. It was out on Friday. Bit of a mixed bag, really. The environments are beautiful, but kind of busy in a distracting way when you're trying to fight. The art style for people is off-putting for me, as they're a bit too cartoony, and everyone's head is really big for some reason. It's great to see characters from the last game make an appearance when it makes sense, but for at least one person, it seems weird for them to be back and it's just fan service. But then they've not done anything interesting with the character yet. Some of the NPCs' Cockney accents are fucking diabolical.
Diabolical.
It's probably Danny Dyer.
No, he's good.
At least one of the main character voice actors are shockingly bad. Character creator takes some getting used to, but it can be good. There's one character who's always been bald since we've known them, and we finally got to see them in the past with hair. The fan theories were right, they look really cool. There's a lot of telling rather than showing. Everything feels a bit too sanitized, and even when it's meant to be a pretty dark subject matter. But I'm really aware that I've spent the past 10 years loving Dragon Age and playing the games, reading the books, the comics, the fan fiction, so nothing was going to match my sky-high expectations. I'm also really early in the game. I'm still looking forward to playing through everything, and then hopefully I'll fall in love with it despite its flaws like I did with the other games.
I've never.
Yeah, I
played
know.
any
I
of
know
them.
for a fact she is a mega fan. I also know for a fact that she did spend about 2 hours in the character creator, as you should. I mean, that's the most fun part of any game.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize it. I thought it was a reboot. I didn't realize it was just a sequel.
No, it's not a sequel. It's the next game, but it's making it a bit more. I think it's making it a bit more party focused than the previous game. Maybe I can't remember. It's been a long. It's been 10 years since Dragon Age Inquisition. I don't
think
remember
it's
much of it.
And
Is it
I haven't
good?
played the new one or the previous one, but I think it's actually less party focused because it was turn based before, wasn't it? Or you certainly controlled 4 people. I think you just control the one.
The very first one was a party based one.
Yeah. Okay.
What kind of
I
game
think
is
you
it?
Open world RPG.
Oh.
You wouldn't be interested. It's a Western one.
But
And not a European Western one.
no. One of
It's
them
an
American
EA
ones.
one.
One of them Yankee Doodle ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck that.
It's proper polarizing. Some people are loving it. Some people are fucking hating it. It's weird. Anyway, moving on. Mike Holstetter says, I'm free. We finally finished Bones. And whilst I thoroughly enjoyed it, I was ready to start watching more stuff. Yeah, that show goes on for about 4 seasons longer than it needs to.
Bones. Which one's Bones? What's that about?
That's the one with David Boreanaz and
Yes. Yes. And they have to like it's all like cold
It's an
files, isn't it? Cold cases.
It's like he's the detective, she's the anthropologist.
That's
Will they?
it,
Won't
yeah.
they? They do. They don't.
Yeah.
We also finished What We Do in the Shadows, ready for season 6. Last night we started Agatha All Along, and we finished it this morning, and we thought it was great. Listened to more Republic of Thieves, and fuck me, Scorched Sheep was insane. What a finale.
Yay.
Can't believe how good it was, and well done all of you. I can't wait to hear new characters for the next campaign. Yes, the finale for Scorched Sheep came out this week. Get on it.
What do you mean you can't believe how good it was? Can't
It's
believe.
been quality since the beginning.
Kind of pissed me off.
Should have
that,
said
to be fair.
fully satisfied with the ending.
Should have
I
said.
also finished Agatha all along today. I really enjoyed it too.
Yeah, I finished it.
It progressed. I enjoyed it from the beginning. I thought it got
I
progressively
couldn't even get
better
past
and
first
better.
episode.
It's. I don't think you're quite. I don't think you are who they aimed it at. I think it
I
was
don't think
middle-aged
so
women.
either. I don't think it's for me either.
I think it's for middle-aged women, of which I am.
I enjoyed it, but it's very middle of the marble TV stuff
Yeah.
for me.
Oh yeah, of course. If it wasn't Marvel, I'd have probably enjoyed it a lot more as like just a standalone series. That was fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
But yes, get on the Scorched Sheep finale, everyone. You will all love it.
It's all right.
Candy cries. But as we've established, Candy cries at anything, but yes.
Yeah. I'm about to cry now. We're almost finished.
Yeah. Oodles' future husband, Bobby Wayne, has said, Buongiorno, buddies. This week I've watched Sweet Pea. I've no doubt you may end up talking about it today, but if not, Ella Purnell plays Rhiannon Lewis, a sheepish receptionist for a local paper. Rhiannon finds herself constantly ignored, looked down upon, and sometimes forgotten by her family, colleagues, ex-lover, and even complete strangers. Until one day, following personal tragedy, she snaps and murders someone. Fucking hell, that took a turn.
Been there.
The series begins with her listing off the people she would kill if she could, and it's all for little things, such as the shopkeeper for not paying her any attention. The series is fantastic, and I would definitely recommend it. It's a little dark, a little comedic, a little psychological, but above all, it's quite relatable. Is this Bobby confessing to having a lot of murders?
I don't think he's a gentle giant.
Okay. My wife was definitely rooting for Rhiannon, but then again, she's the type of person to make me crisps out of a bowl because a rattling packet drives her insane. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's his wife that's the murderer.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
I feel I relate mostly with the middle lane hoggers on the motorway and often fantasize about ramming them off the road to make space. I swear I'm not a violent person. My question...
Go on, sorry, carry on. Sorry.
He says, my question for you today is, what kind of people will be on your list? You don't have to be specific, but I don't want you incriminating yourselves after all.
Taris. Just that. Anyone that's got more money than me, so you're all fucked. But that's the problem with me. I'm such a wallflower. I just don't know if I could do it.
I don't know. I think I'd have to take my conscience out.
Or you can just remove it, can you? It's like Data's emotion trip. Chip
That would
in
be
Star
good.
Trek.
I really think I need that, actually. That needs to be a thing.
Yeah?
I mean, you do get paid to hurt people for a living.
No, I get paid to put art on people. The hurting is an unfortunate side effect.
Or
You could
or-
It's quite
poison
fun,
you
it's quite
could
fun, though.
poison the ink that you use, couldn't you? And kill someone slowly.
Oh, yeah. Who's to say I'm not?
the Black Ink Killer.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
Next series of Dexter.
For me, it would be the people that don't put their shopping trolleys back in the car park.
Do you know? I've spoken
but
about
leave
this
them in the
before.
good leave them in the good spaces.
I've spoken about this before. It's what separates us from animals, the fact that you can put a trolley back. It's not a legal requirement, but doing it makes you civilized.
Yeah,
You're
It's
never
not
going to
that
get
much
punished
effort
for
to
not
take it
doing
back.
it. You're not. It's not illegal to not do it, but it separates you from beasts. So
Yeah.
just do it.
Yeah, I would end those people.
Yeah, fuck them.
And also the people that chuck rubbish out their cars on the motorway. That pisses me off.
What about men that piss at the side of motorways?
I don't mind that.
Got no choice. We also laugh
Oh,
sometimes.
do you know what? Do you know what fucks me off is when I've been standing and waiting for a gig, and then the fucking Dutch basketball team come and stand in front of me rather than behind. I kill them, chop all their heads off.
You are miniature.
I know, but they can see me there. Why would they not just like they'll still see perfectly?
I've
2
told
feet
you
above my
you
head.
need to invest in stilts.
I had new rock boots.
Bigger
Close
ones. One
One of those extendo bootos.
No, you want
Yeah.
them buckets that we used to stand on as kids in nursery with strings. You want some of them? Clicky clappy, clicky clappy.
Stig's taken a long time to think about who he'd kill. I feel like he's got a lot.
Oh, he don't want to
kill.
incriminate himself.
I'll be honest. I was looking at something. I didn't hear what the feedback was, so that's why I said.
Oh,
That's why I said. So,
I'd kill
sorry.
ignorant people.
We
mate.
just talk about who
Like
we'd
Stig.
kill.
Yeah, but like for like petty reasons.
Ignorant podcasters.
right.
I'd kill.
People who don't pay me my money back.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
It's been a good
I'd
run.
be killed 1,000 times over by HMRC if that were the case. Fucking hell.
Fuck them.
No. I don't know.
All right, moving on then. Last up, best boy.
He's
Angry
not
Kurt.
a killer. That's what he's saying.
No, I know who it is actually. It's that fucking person that keeps parking their shitty small car in over 2 spaces outside the school, so you can't get in there, and you have to go and find somewhere else to park because
And there's no need for it because it's a
clearly
small car
someone
anyway.
at work that lives on that street. Because obviously the street is just, it does get jam packed with cars, but there's a driveway and then there's enough space for 2 cars, and there's a driveway, then 2 cars, and someone on that street keeps parking their car, and it's a really small car in the middle, so you can't use both spaces. They keep taking up 1 space, 2 spaces with 1 small car. Now that's a petty enough reason to kill
Yeah.
someone.
Yeah, that's bad. That is bad. Oof.
Oh, all right then. So moving on to Best Boy Angry Kurt. Hi, Amy crew. I continue to play and really enjoy the Black Ops 6 campaign this week. I actually think it's more like a Mission Impossible game rather than a Call of Duty game. There's one level in particular where the game goes unhinged, but in a good way. I'm near the end now, and unless it falls off a cliff, I can see it being in my top 3 Call of Duty campaigns.
It was Black Ops, isn't it? Like,
Um,
I saw someone complain, going, "No, it's not the military shooter I
Black
used
Ops
to
never
play." And I
were,
was like,
were
"Yeah,
they?
but that's the whole point. It's not a military shooter. It's Black Ops.
Yeah,
it's
when
spies,
they always spy stuff. Yeah.
Black Ops is supposed to be like weird, unhinged, like secret stuff, wasn't it? Like,
yeah."
like experimental warfare.
Film-wise, I watched an Irish horror film on Shudder as homework for the upcoming Backpage episode called Oddity. I really enjoyed it. It achieved so much with so little, and there's only a few characters and only 3 locations in the whole film, so it must have been cheap to make. It's a very creepy film that I'm sure any horror fan would enjoy, and it was nice and breezy at about 90 minutes.
Never even heard of it.
If you like that, mate, I recommend Terror on Bloodfart Lake. You'd like that.
I agree.
You'd like that. Very low budget.
On the reading front, I continued my Tolkien journey by starting Fellowship of the Ring. Only about 70 pages in, but I'm enjoying it so far.
Yeah.
One last thing is I watched the first 3 episodes of the Yakuza Like a Dragon Amazon TV show.
Shite.
I've done a podcast with rapid reviews on it, so go there for my deeper thoughts, but I thought it was horrendous. One of the worst
Yeah.
TV shows I've ever seen and
I've
worst
heard
game
that.
adaptations.
Yeah.
It barely resembles the Yakuza games, and it's just bad all round.
I don't know how he got
linked
past
to the games.
I don't know how he got to fucking 3 episodes. I got about 35 minutes in and I went, nope.
Debbie Punks watched the whole lot, and he was absolutely fucking furious about it.
It's fucking crap, man. It's got no
I just
soul
understand-
to it. It's got no heart to it.
I just don't understand why they cast the main lad in it as Kiryu, because like he's not like Kiryu's hench. Kiryu's a big lad. This lad's
He's-
skinny as fuck.
He's not built for it whatsoever. Weird.
And I
I don't
think
like
I
it.
think I haven't seen it, but I think I remember them saying this, that they're not going to go into the weird side story stuff. It's like, that's what makes it a Yakuza game. That's what
It's just
it
crap.
balances this fucking massive mafia melodrama with like some guy who wants to be fucking spanked like a baby, you know, like random shit like that.
It's crap. It's absolute horse shit.
Well, that's the feedback this week.
Cool, as always, links to all our extracurricular activities are in our show notes and in our Discord. You'll find all the links available to that in there. And please consider becoming a patron, because we do great work outside of this free stuff. Hello, Stig.
Also, donate to my fundraising page.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Friggin'
Donate to his
loot there.
fundraising page.
Yeah, it's in the show notes.
Because apparently Stig's grown a moustache. Let me have a good look.
Oh, it's not. Oh, it's only a couple of days. You can see there's a
Gadget was
big
clean
shadow
shaven
shadow
yesterday.
there.
Yes, I was clean shaven at 6 o'clock. It just keeps growing.
Yeah, I'm raising money for pancreatic cancer for
Absolutely.
support of someone in our family. So yeah, the link is in
Fuck
the show notes.
cancer. Fucking hate that shit. Yes, absolutely. If you don't want to be a patron, donate to Stig at least. Come on.
Then become a patron.
Then become a patron afterwards, after we've raised them funds.
Both great causes.
Both, yeah. One slightly more important than the other. It's now time for Candyland.
And now, what's up in Candyland?
I had a thought the other day, and I've been terrified
I could smell
ever
burning
since.
wood.
No, right, okay. So I was in my kitchen and I was just chopping my onions and making my tea and everything. And I thought to myself, so I've got this landlord issue. I thought to myself, what if my landlord's actually a ghost?
What?
Yeah, no,
What?
None of my friends.
I thought
have
you were
seen
not
him.
on the drugs anymore.
No, well, this is before. So I should preface this by saying we were going to play Phasmophobia that night, and I hadn't played Phasmophobia, and I hadn't had a drink, and I hadn't had anything else. But I was just there, like, what if he's a ghost?
What do you
And
mean?
now I can't get it. What if it's a? What do you mean? What do I mean? What
You've
if he's
touched
a
him.
ghost?
You've touched him physically.
I don't.
You
think
shook
I
his
have.
hand.
No,
You didn't shake his
not
hand when
sure.
he said, "Yes, you will be my tenant."
I don't know that I did. I'm not a touchy feely
Did he
person.
hand you the
as you know.
keys?
Yeah.
I can't remember
Oh,
how.
the keys float at you.
Maybe this is the proposition that he had. He wants to possess your body. Just every now and again, he wants to. Here's the proposition. Once a week, I get to possess your body so I can get free of this house. You can't leave the house, and the only way to do
That's
it
what I'm
is to be in
thinking.
your body. Yeah.
Steve,
wouldn't mind
don't
that, but he might
encourage this. Don't encourage this.
He might hunk my boobs.
Yeah, no, he probably would
But,
finger
like-
himself too, but
Exactly. Like it sounds like a proper Goosebumps book, doesn't it? Like the
Are you
demon
projecting there,
landlord.
Stig?
I did hear it, but I'm choosing to continue.
God.
I don't think anyone else has seen him. He came into my house earlier, right? He
Bet he
was
did.
invited, like a vampire. He was invited. I've got a leaky roof. The cat hissed at him. That only secured my theory. My cat hisses at no one. Like,
Why
he
didn't
doesn't
you
like people.
I've got a
Cat's
plan.
hissed at me.
He didn't hiss. He just said hello.
But you are a
He
ghost,
hissed at
Gadget.
me
We
and
know
he
this.
backed me hand.
I've got a plan.
is
I've
he
got a
floating
plan,
up
and the
on
only-
your bedroom window like Salem's Lot?
Oh, Christ.
Two
Maybe.
things. Does he use doors? Second thing, throw an apple at him. Go, do you want an apple? And if it goes through him, he's a ghost.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
He's a
But
ghost.
then if it hits him, I'll be like, oh, sorry, I slipped. He won't know.
Then you find out he's not a ghost. And he'll go, why did you throw that apple? He said, I needed to know you weren't a ghost.
Yeah.
It's a normal conversation, isn't it?
Do you know what? You're right. I should just face him head on and be like, I'm sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I just had to check. Maybe I
Yeah.
should text him now.
Are you a ghost?
Yeah.
No, just
But
put
then if
"are
you
you" and then an emoji ghost. Make it comical. Make it cute.
Yeah,
Or just-
who's to know?
Or just, sing Mary on a cross at him and see what happens. See if he starts jamming out.
Yeah, but even a ghost would.
Yeah, true.
Or Ouija board.
But then you'd know if he's cool or not.
Oh, a cool ghost. I've got
You'd be
plenty of
happy
Ouija
with-
boards.
You'd be
you have.
happier with him being a ghost if he was a cool ghost.
Yeah. I miss my
Yes.
old ghost. He was cool. Maybe
It's
I should. Maybe
not
I'll
worse
get one of
than
the
a
Ouija
shit
boards.
ghost, is there?
I'm going to get one of the Ouija boards
Get
out and
the,
be like, have you fixed the leak yet?
Get the old pottery set out like in the film Ghost and see what happens.
Yeah. See what happens. You might
No,
sit behind
that's a bit
it,
too
that.
personal. No, I don't like
Should we
that.
contact Whoopi Goldberg?
Yeah.
I
She's
don't
got
want
no
him quite
arm.
so close.
Oh no, he's dead. Derek Carr's dead, isn't he?
Oh,
He is.
Mary loves Dick.
Mary loves Dick.
Stick on Unchained Melody, see what happens.
Yeah, it's a good shout.
I'll
I
come
still
back
think
to
that
you next week.
throw an apple at him.
Yeah. No one's ever been killed by an apple. Maybe
No.
my test will kill him.
He might discover gravity again.
Yeah, could
Yeah.
do. Yeah. Or what? What if you throw an apple and he sidesteps it so it doesn't go through him and he doesn't catch
Shit.
it, and you're like, "Fuck!"
I'll have to have another
Launch
apple
another one at
ready.
his head.
Yeah, just in case.
Then
I
it
used to-
gets weird when it does bounce off his head. I just needed to know.
Yeah, I'll get a decoy, so I'll throw the first one and then throw the second one immediately. So if he dodges the first one, bam.
I'm also
Smoke him
counting
out.
on the fact. I'm counting on if Candy actually has a bowl of fruit in her house. I doubt it.
I've got some
Cheetos.
oranges in. I've got my oranges in my fridge from a month ago when I had COVID. I haven't touched them.
They're fucked. They're fucked. Them oranges are
Seem
fucked.
to be
mate.
all right.
Nah, they last
They're,
days.
they're an
Fridge.
ornament now.
Yeah, furry oranges. Throw them at
Yeah,
him.
it's fine.
You need to hit us back on
Did
this
you
one. We
see
need
my
to know.
fucking light just go out?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's fucking ghost confirmed.
Yeah, that's good.
Is that the proof we need?
Yeah,
Proof.
it's the proof.
We've got it on camera. We've got him. We've caught you, you bastard.
Knew
We've
it.
caught you.
Imagine if he just
Ghost.
floated through the floor now. Hello.
That fucking loud TV he's got on has been
Yeah,
on since 1954.
This is the evidence she's been emitting. Yeah, he doesn't actually use does. He just keeps coming through the floor. And she's like, "Are you a ghost?" Yes, of course I'm a fucking ghost.
Obviously.
What's his name? Say it 3
Obviously.
times now.
No,
Yeah.
I can't out him like that.
Is he
But
called
I will
like
later.
Nearly Headless Nick?
His name's Neil, actually. He's Nearly Headless Neil.
Oh, there we go. Well, we'll have to reconvene on this one next time to find out
I'll
if
let you know.
he's
I'll set up-
suing you
I'll
for
s-
throwing an apple at his face.
I'll set up some experiments, Apple included.
Yeah, I agree. Cool. That's the end of the show. If you're a patron, meet us in the green room. If you're not, that's it. You're done. You're as dead as Candy's landlord. Bye. Apparently, I projectile vomited 3 times in Leeds Station. I stood up and I said to the lads, "Did I get any honours?" And they went, "Even in that state, you wouldn't get him on your leather trousers." I know. You know what I mean? Not the trousers. Do anything but the trousers. Oh God! Right, let's go.